Sheldon sent me a few different royalty-free websites for.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of research to do. Figure out where I want to pull clips from. And hopefully that fucking works.
Makes sense, Mike Pence.
But anyway, how's your week been?
Pretty good. Had a rough start before I came over here, actually. Yeah. So I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but I guarantee you it has. You wake up, you know, get a little water or whatever, or hop back right on that horse, whatever you're drinking.
Yeah, that'd be me.
Take a shower, feel clean, feel nice, brush my teeth, floss, all that shit. I go to take the trash out because it's about to overflow, right? But it's enough to where I could take the bag out and not the whole trash can out and have to dump it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I take the bag out. I'm in my flip-flops. I just showered. And I get garbage juice all on my flip-flop.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, no.
It sincerely made me want to kick an orphan down a cliff.
Yeah.
So then I'm walking because I'm already committed. I already have the bag in my hand.
Right, we're halfway there.
I gotta walk to the fucking outside to throw it away. And I throw it away. And by that time, because of the Arizona heat, it's already melted to my fucking sandal. So now I'm stick flopping.
I was like, it's sticking, isn't it?
So then I run back to the shower. I have to fucking stick the whole leg in there. Rinse that off.
God,
wipe it down. That's what I had to deal with right before I came over here. God, I wanted to punch a baby in the face so bad.
Yeah, that's enough to want to... Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stick a fork in an outlet.
Oh, multiple times.
God.
Yeah, that's what I dealt with this morning. Good times.
I did not have a rough morning that way. I just
had a rough morning in general.
Just had a rough morning, yeah. Stayed up a little too early today.
Yeah, well, 6 o'clock is about the time that you should be sleeping in on the Lord's Day.
Yeah, going to work as a responsible adult.
Not on a Sunday.
No,
not on a Sunday. I was telling you in there earlier, I'm Jewish on Saturdays, Christian on Sundays. I gotta get both days off. It's just how it works. You gotta play the game.
If you could pull that off, I would laugh my ass off. Do it for work. You're like, well, I got unusual circumstances, but here's the deal.
Oh yeah. You can identify as anything these days. It doesn't fucking matter. So
yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm Jewish and Catholic at the same time. What's up? I need both those days off. I gotta do the Sabbath and I gotta do 15 Hail Marys the next day.
I wanted to ask, how's the adventure going with what did you say you wanted to start a gunsmith?
Yes. So I have made some tweaks in the plan, and I am going to start a lot sooner than I thought. So instead of next year, it's probably going to be this year.
There you go.
But it's not. I'm not going to Yavapai.
Okay.
I'm going to do Sonoran Desert Institute, which I'm sure you've seen a bunch of ads for. They're the at-home work. So they do. So they kit you parts out. They bring it to you. You do all the techs online, and you learn from home. It's an 18-month program, but I still get my Associates of Applied Science in gunsmithing. And the reason I chose it was because I looked at the numbers for the VA benefits, and I'd be getting $1,900 if I did in-person classes, right? But I'd have to move into a fucking dorm or find a place up in Prescott, of all places.
Good God.
To rent.
Yeah.
So I'd be getting more money, but is it really worth it?
Right.
The logistics? Absolutely not.
That's right. You said you were going to end up being up north.
Yeah, but now since I can do it from home, I'm getting $900 a month, working like just from the government to go to school, and do Sonoran Desert Institute, and then I can keep my job at L3 Harris.
Fuck yeah. So what are the logistics behind that? They're going to send you gun parts to get you started?
So you'll buy your gun build kit, right? But they send you all the tooling. Everything. So all I got to do is set up a bench, a nice little workstation, and then they send me all the tooling, and then they ask you, all right, what kind of firearms are you looking to get into? It's nothing specific, so they'll be like, you can do an AK platform, you can do a AR platform, You can do revolvers. You could do handguns. It's just as much as you want to learn. And I think I'm going to do one shotgun, an AR, a bolt action, and a revolver. Single action, double action. Just to kind of get a flurry of all those.
America's such a fucking wild place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buying guns is a whole different fucking process. But hey, if you want to build them, we'll just send it all to you.
Yeah, you can buy it. Yeah, and I'll get FFL license, just like Yavapai offers.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'll be legally allowed to build out and license it if I wanted to sell it
It's fucking wild,
commercially.
dude. Fucking America, man.
But it's an 18-month program, and I might as well just ride it through, and that's what I'm going to do. It's just going to be a lot easier.
Yeah.
The logistics, as far as it goes.
That'd be cool as fuck, though.
Yeah.
You'd be able to diagnose gun problems and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Plus, if another fucking pandemic happens, what happens when I'm doing in-person classes at Yavapai, and then all of a sudden everything's shut down? It's like, we already went through that,
Like how you're already mentally prepared for another pandemic.
so now I got to put that shit on hold.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do it from home. I'm going to set up shop at home.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
You're smart enough to pull it off.
It's the discipline that scares me because I've always been hands-on, which is why I was looking at Yavapai so much, because it was all hands-on. So doing it from home is going to be a lot different.
I can see where that would be an issue for me personally as well.
Yeah.
Because I would need that structure.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go somewhere and you
Exactly.
do the thing.
Because I've been used to that.
Yeah, it's very.
This is where you need to be. This
very-
is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it, and where you need to be at this time, this place, this
It's
location.
very tangible,
Yeah.
and that's how I operate too. So.
But I mean, it'll just be nice because I'll get to keep my job at L3. I might even quit later down the line because I do want to shadow some gunsmiths in Arizona. There's a prominent one. I think it's like Magnum Mike's or something like that. He's been in the business since 1988.
Holy shit.
Yeah, in Arizona.
Dude's an OG.
He's got like 7 drop-off locations. So all these gun stores.
That sounds sketchy.
All these gun stores, you drop your gun off to them for repairs. He goes and picks them up. So he's contracted out by like 7 gun stores, and he owns his own spot. So he's doing it right. He's the only gunsmith that's been in it that long that's in Arizona. He's really good.
35 years.
And I kind of want to go. I think I'm going to go here in the next week or two and go ask him a couple questions about how he got in the business. Because most people, they just tinkered with shit.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people went to school for it.
I'd go see him.
Yeah. I've seen his custom work. It's pretty nice.
That's fucking cool. Man, going back to school, the thought of that. Part of me is always like, I like to entertain the idea. I don't even know why.
To go back.
I don't know what I would go for. But
It's a weird concept to me at 30.
exactly. And that's my thing is like at 35 I'm like, but it feels good to want to learn something new,
It's better late than never.
I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially if it's something you really love.
Shit, maybe I should go back to school for some computer engineering here. Fucking get a better handle
Get
on
some
what
IT work in.
get some IT work, production work. Might not be a fucking bad thing.
Yeah.
Not on the train I'm riding right now.
I think if I could eventually open up my own little shop, eventually that's going to take some time, but I think that would be heaven for me. Just hands-on guns all day, and that's what I do for work.
What would your ideal shop be?
Kind of like a all around. So like Cerakote, refinishing, bluing, any
bluing.
You know, like when you ever had a 1911 or something, where like the gun finish is kind of coming off, and you can see like the metal underneath, so that blue comes off. That's that finish that keeps it from rusting.
I see.
So people take their firearms in after they've been shooting a lot, especially like 1911s, because it comes off. Because when you get that recoil, especially on the grip,
Yeah.
it rubs on your fingers so much where it actually brings it down to the chrome.
Real quick, I wanna ask you about this because you brought up 1911. Why is it one of the most desirable style of firearm, but it's, I feel like, one of the most problematic?
It depends on who's making it. Colt, I've had Colts.
Or is it worth the money?
They're the original creators.
That is for sure the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they made that shit in 1911. Fantastic gun.
Because I love 1911s.
When
I'm obsessed.
I love them too. I had one. I had a 70 series. When you shoot them, you're gonna be on target. They're pretty fucking accurate. The other reason people like them is because the ammunition itself is subsonic, so you can throw a suppressor on it with any ammo. Yeah, that's why they 45 is one of the most sought after suppressed calibers.
God, you said it and immediately started singing in my head. I fucking hate it.
You hate it?
Colt 45?
Colt 45. I mean, it just depends on when and who made
you
it.
said it and Afro Man popped in my head.
Oh, Colt 45 and 2 zigzags.
As soon as you said it, I was like, fuck.
I think who makes the best 1911s, though, like for the market, they're pretty fucking expensive, though. But all of them is Kimber.
That's what I was going to say, but Kimbers are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are very expensive.
Almost their entire line.
They're almost more... Some of them are more than Colt's fucking lines of 1911s.
I've seen some of them, and they make some pretty showy shit too.
And you know what I don't get either is that I've taken apart.
This is annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta fix this.
You want me to put it around this way?
No, it's not annoying for me, but for you.
There we go.
I feel bad because you're just like staring at it.
It's just right in my field of view.
Have a fucking wire. How about that?
I've taken apart a 1911, pin by pin, like the entire thing, the slide, everything. Not a field strip, but like an entire part. And I'm sitting there, and it's on my towel, and I'm like, this thing has like 90 fucking parts to it. This thing is complicated.
So they are intricate.
They're very intricate, very complicated. Especially when you get down, breaking down that slide, it's... Whoa.
I've dealt with some really cheap versions, and they were very primitive.
There's cheap versions of everything, though.
Right. They were so fucking primitive, and just like the statistics you hear about, they jam after a certain amount. You know, all the fucking bullshit problems.
My problem was stovepiping. So, like, it would fire the round, but my fucking shell casing would get stovepiped in the chamber.
Yep.
And I'd be like, it would happen every other... I don't know if it was a magazine. See, that's the problem, too, is, like, maybe you have a bad magazine. Maybe it's not your gun.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's very true, yeah.
So then you have to troubleshoot from there. But every time that I shot it, it was accurate, but I did get a lot of stovepipe.
I've dealt with that with, obviously, shotguns. I can't say that I've ever dealt with that with a pistol. Maybe a high point.
You know what's funny? I shot Dev's high point, and, like, it performed pretty well.
Dude, my high point 40.
You still have that thing?
No.
Oh, you got rid of it?
It's been so long. But that thing put up with all of my shit.
Yeah.
And my 9 used to jam up. My high point 9 used to jam up. But my 40...
Well, I think it's because of the powder that's behind it.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, that slide is so heavy.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that High Point even has the 380 caliber.
Yeah.
And people were having problems the same thing. They were like, it jams or it stovepipes all the time. I was like, there's not enough powder to move that slide back.
Yeah, the
This
thing
is a
is
straight
massive.
blowback system.
My fucking 40s slide, I'd walk and it sounded like I had spurs on.
Got a big iron on
I'd
it.
have it on my hip, you know, because I wear a fucking douched holster on my hip. And I'd fucking, every time I'd step it, get kicking, fucking just rattling around. Everybody's like, is your gun broken? I'm like, nah.
No, it's just a rattler.
It just
Well, you know what's
rattles.
crazy is the 1911 does that too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it rattles. It's supposed to. They're supposed to have. You're supposed to have some leniency with the tension of the parts, so that they're not so constricted to where it just grinds all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a normal thing for firearms. So people will buy new guns and they'll be like, "Why does it rattle?" And it's like, well, there has to be some leeway within the parts for it to function and move right. That's why when you break in a gun, that's why they break it in when they put like a couple hundred rounds through to kind of loosen it up a little bit more.
I suppose that kind of makes sense. So you can't really demand that extreme level of proficiency from something that's going to cause that much damage.
Right, especially with all those moving parts that's in there.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
It's going to make a little bit of noise.
But then again, if you pay that much for Kimber...
Now, if you buy a gun, say a revolver, it shouldn't be rattling.
He's like, that's different.
Yeah,
that might be your hand.
That's a little different. But
shit, man.
Modern day weapons, modern day systems, if you can call 1911 modern anymore, yeah, they do have some rattle on them.
I need to get back in the gun game, man.
It's an expensive hobby.
It is really,
especially now.
And my priorities are so tight that, well, some would say that my priorities are not very good, because every time shit goes sideways, I know that I have a gold mine in guns, and I have a way to make money.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I utilize it. So right now. Yo, I gotta show you the one that I have. It's fucking hilarious.
I heard you had like a Canic or something, right?
I did have a Canic. I sold it to my buddy.
Oh, you sold that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say that Canic. I feel like it was worth $800.
I'm not too familiar with Canic systems or guns in general.
I wasn't either. That's the first time I've heard of it. It was like they have like 2 or 3 tiers of a pistol.
Yeah.
They have the basic. They have what they call Combat Elite, which was what I had.
So it's like that Super John Wick shit.
It was a, it was a straight aluminum trigger and a threaded barrel.
You see, I love the straight trigger.
Yeah, I do too. It was super awesome. And then I think there was one other thing, and then they had one above that had like probably a laser sight come with it.
Yeah. I think that curved trigger, a lot of people are phasing those out of their guns.
Yeah.
They realize like, oh, that straight's nice.
That straight is super nice.
Yeah. Even if you have a harder trigger pull, you just that resistance that's there behind it, you can feel it. It's nice, and it's not like you're curving your hand, so you get less of a.
It helped my accuracy.
Yeah, it does.
It sure did, and I didn't realize how fucking dynamic and important it is to have your finger positioned perfectly.
Perfectly.
You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people realize that.
Especially with handguns.
Yes.
With handguns, it's a whole new game because you only have 2 points of contact instead of a rifle where you have 3.
Yeah.
You got that shoulder, buttstock. So that's why
That's a big support.
It's huge support.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to shoot pistols than rifles, in my opinion.
But that Canic, I only shot it one time at Shooter's World.
Was it a 9?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I enjoyed it. It was smooth.
Pretty accurate?
It was smooth. It was consistent, and it was accurate, and I enjoyed it.
Was it full size?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But right now, it's not even here. I just leave it in my tow truck in my lunch bag. But it's a Taurus. It's a small 9. I can't remember what it's called. PX is Sky. I don't remember. But this Taurus, I call it Two-Face.
Two-Face?
Yeah, because it was in a fire.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Was it in a safe in a fire?
No, it was in a truck in a fire. So half of the plastic on the lower is burnt off, and I put like grips over it to make it look pretty.
It still fires though.
Oh, it still fires, but half the trigger's burnt off.
Oh,
dude, this gun does not look safe.
That's okay. I'll tell you the non-safest gun that I've ever had. I had a Yugoslavian M57.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of the Tokarev, their old Russian World War II gun?
I think
they basically ripped off Browning's design.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
didn't I get one from you?
They Russified it.
Didn't I get? I got one from. No.
No, you didn't get one from me.
Oh, you know what? I got it from some old buddy of mine, but I remember talking to you about it.
It's a Soviet era fucking. It's a 7.62 by 25 millimeter round.
Jesus Christ!
So it's a tiny AK round, basically. I went to Shooter's World once, and did you know they have a banned list of ammo?
I didn't know that.
I knew. I found out.
It's like I figured it out.
Well, I was in there shooting, and the muzzle velocity of this round is like 1,600 feet per second coming out of a pistol.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 85 grain round. That's fucking fast for a pistol, especially one that's World War II coming out of like a 4.5 inch, 5 inch barrel. So I'm shooting it, and it feels like you're shooting a 380 out of a full size 1911. So I'm shooting it, and it's making this fucking loud ass noise. One of the workers comes in. He's like, "What the fuck are you shooting?"
He's like, "You are rattling the shit in the store."
Yeah, and the muzzle flash is fucking massive because the muzzle velocity is insane. So he comes over. He's like, "I need to look this up. I need you to stop shooting, and I need to look up this ammo and see what the fuck's going on." So he looks it up. He's like, "No, it's on there. I've just never seen anybody shoot that before in here. That's the weirdest shit I've ever seen." And then he's like, "Can I shoot it?" And then I was like, "Yeah, take a couple rounds." So the Shooter's World guy, he starts shooting it, and he's like, "It feels like you're shooting a 22. Why does it make so much noise?"
He's all confused.
This is one of the loudest guns I've ever owned.
Oh shit!
You do not want to shoot that indoors without hearing protection.
Oh, I was just gonna say, man, that's my first experience ever at an indoor shooting range.
Yeah.
And I let out somebody was. I think I was with my dad at the time, and he had his 357 revolver.
Oh fuck!
And dude, he let one off without my shit on, and it rattled me. I was like, "Holy fuck! I can't see straight." I was like, I've never been inside and felt movies are so full of shit.
Oh yeah,
that's all I gotta say. You don't get to shoot down a fucking hallway without a hearing protection.
Dude, that's why people buy suppressors, man. They're like, fuck the other guy, I want to save my hearing.
Yeah, I don't care about the cops.
He's got 3 holes in his chest. His hearing is his last priority. I'm alive still though, so I'm taking care of my hearing.
It blows my fucking mind that it just like rattles your shit loose.
Someone shot a scar at Ben Avery's once, and my shit slipped off.
Oh.
And he had a fucking a compensator on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the fucking, oh my god, it felt like I got punched in the face by Mike Tyson, or in the ear by Mike Tyson. Just how loud it was.
Yeah.
I think I pissed a little bit.
I can only imagine you lose some form of function.
Yeah.
If not just your fucking vision.
It's completely involuntary.
Yeah. I know we were talking about the rifle that I have, because you have one too, I think.
I have an AK.
I can't remember what the fuck mine is now, because it's been in my closet forever.
What is it?
It's a World War II gun.
Is it a bolt action?
Yes.
Oh, is it? You have a Mauser?
Yeah. No.
Is it a what do you have? Is it American?
Whatever it is, it's retarded. I can't remember.
Is it a Mosin?
That.
Mosin Nagant.
Nagant, yeah. It's a 7.62 by
54.
54.
Yeah, rimless, I think.
Yeah.
54R, I think that's what it is.
And it takes like NATO rounds and shit.
I've shot that.
I have a shit ton of ammo.
They're accurate.
It's super fun to shoot. It's such a fun shot on iron sights, dude. I did 250 yards easy.
Yeah.
Super fun to shoot.
When I had my Mauser, about 200 yards, I was hitting in the black really nice.
Yeah. The only thing it's good for is like, if something does go down and I have to bottleneck this neighborhood, I got a distance.
Well, people still hunt with those old rifles too.
Oh, I was going to, for sure.
Yeah.
If I have to go big game, I'm taking it with me. People are like, well, it's so heavy, it's going to be a lot to take around. I'm like, well...
Do you have a scope mount on it or anything?
No, not yet.
You know what? Because you have to bust into the furniture if you do that.
Yep.
Which sucks.
You got to do a little fab work.
Now, they do sell detachment for like the rear sights. You can take that pin out, and they actually sell a rail system. It's a tiny rail that you can slide in there, put that pin back in where the rear sights sit, and you can mount a scope to it. But I don't know how well it would hold your zero on your
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a
little
little shaky.
So the better option for complete accuracy is to drill into that receiver and tap in a rail system so you can mount a scope.
I might just call you for all that.
Well, hey man, I'm gonna learn how to do all that shit.
Yeah, well, there's a good fucking first project.
But you know what? It makes me cry when people do it to old World War II fucking weapons. It really does.
Yeah.
When people sporterize their shit, like when they take the gun out of the original stock and they put it in some polymer fucking stock. Like I've seen Mosins in polymer stocks before, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? It looked so good before.
It's kind of funny to me to think that gun probably has fucking bodies on it.
Oh yeah.
You know, the history behind that fucking thing is, and it's
who knows? It could have been fucking Stalingrad.
Yeah, you just don't know. And it's so fun because that bolt action is so sloppy. The lock is so sloppy, but that thing is so fucking fun to shoot.
So what I've learned about Russian-made firearms is, yeah, they're clunky. They're very unsafe. But you know what, man? They're reliable. Like they go bang every time.
Yes, every fucking time.
Yeah. Sometimes when you don't want them to, they go bang.
He's like, just so we're clear, they'll do it when they want.
Yeah. But yeah, that was my AK. I put 1,000 rounds right out of the box. Not a problem.
I've never shot an AK.
Oh, so nice.
I want to.
Mine's from Serbia. So beautiful.
Yeah, I need to definitely get back into it. Like you said, it's just expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. But if you buy in bulk, it's just the ammo. If you buy in bulk online, you get pretty good deals depending on where you go.
Soon.
I haven't gone shooting in a while, so I'd be down to go.
It's kind of exciting that you're going to start building them.
I know. I'm really excited for it, too.
I don't really even know what caliber that means. No pun intended. To what caliber that means, but I think it'd be pretty cool to get guns that were built by somebody in the family.
Yeah, so it's mostly foot in the door, kind of introductory. That's what this is going to give me. And then it'll give me a huge leap in the industry just having that already going into it.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of places I could work for in Arizona out here just to get my experience on hand, get a couple years in the industry after school, slap that on, and then hopefully make a name for myself and fucking build my own business out of it.
I was gonna say, I mean, how far does that go for you? What do you want to end with?
I want my own I want my own shop.
Do you think is it plausible to think that one day you might have your own line of firearm?
That would be the big dream.
That'd be cool as fuck.
That's hard to kick off. What a lot of people do, what a lot of gunsmiths do, is they'll actually take firearm. They'll work for those big companies who are really fucking 6 Hour, whatever, and they'll implement certain ideas and items that are slapped in, and it's all patented. Like 6 Hour just got this contract for the military. They're replacing all the M16. M16's not getting used anymore.
Really?
M4's gone. M9's gone. SAWs, the machine guns.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. It's all 6 Hour. So that's all gone.
Six stepping up their game, huh?
Yeah, they got that contract. They made out big.
That's good. I mean, that's a good firearm.
Making your own firearm, your own specific line, I couldn't imagine the logistics that go into that, but that would be a big dream. The other big dream is to get it in a military contract.
Call it AA.
Yeah.
Ayabar Arms.
Ayabar Arms. I love that.
That would be cool. Be sick as fuck. Be like, oh, I know who makes these. Hey, you can just call them right now.
AA Firearms. AA Firearms.
There you go. That'd be cool as fuck, man.
Ayabar Arms.
Oh, the gears are turning now. I love it. Let that fucking dream go, man. Just let it flow. If you're good at what you're doing, it's going to be easy for you. That's the fun part. So.
And there's so many different routes to go within gunsmithing, too. I know a guy that does custom Glock slides. That's his whole business. He doesn't touch anything else, just Glock slides. Port vented. He does custom Cerakoting on them. Everything.
It was super crazy once I started getting into it. And this is I'm like light years behind you as far as knowledge goes, but starting to get into figuring out kind of the different classes of the pistols, so to speak. Like
the systems?
No, like you put I'm gonna use brands, and I don't mean to bash on any brands because they're all good firearms in their own right. But like you put like Taurus and like Glock and Sky in like the same price range.
Okay.
And it shows when you shoot them.
Yeah.
Then you put like, I mean, I would even put Springfield down there.
I have never had a Springfield firearm before.
I like them, but after shooting, like when you go take it up a step higher, when you start to shoot like SIGs and even the Canic, I'd put up higher. The Glocks and the Springfields, they feel more like toys. A little bit more
mass-produced type of.
Yeah. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense.
Like the quality in your shooting shows.
That's more on the branding. But I think that also it depends on the times they were made too, because like some years SIG has some good shit. Like their lines, like you can have, let's say the P365, the one that I have, you can have it be made 1 year and it has no problems. The next year that they come out with their next round, the quality could be shit. Like they could have had a turnover, they could have had budget cuts, something like that.
Yeah.
And it shows. Even though it's the same weapon system, the quality can take a dive. It just depends, because people have problems all the time straight from the factory. Like they get their gun, they're shooting it, and then all of a sudden like fucking it's clicking, it ain't shooting no more. What's going on? After like the 4th, 5th round.
Yeah.
That's why they say break in your guns.
Man, it was just crazy because I remember like I took an XD40, my Canic, and then what else? There was some other smaller firearm, and just going through them and shooting them, and I was like, fuck, man, the quality is just so apparent. If you spend more money, typically you get more quality.
Yeah.
And
no, you will.
It's so, because I love Springfield for the longest time, but after shooting Mechanic, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and if you fuck something up with a high quality gun, or something fucks up with it, usually, they'll have some sort of warrant. They send it in. It's a factory part. Redo whatever. We'll fucking fix it. Send it back. And they will. Most companies will. If you buy new.
I've always kind of wondered. Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah, you have to buy new.
I was just gonna say, I've always kind of wondered about the logistics behind all that in Arizona, because we don't require firearm registration.
No, you don't.
Is it a thing? Can you register your firearms?
So this is how it works. A lot of people have this question too. There are registered firearms in Arizona, and not by people wanting to register them. Here's how it works. Say I sell a gun to you.
Yeah.
Right? It's a private sale. It's not registered. If you go to the store, to an FFL dealer, it's automatically registered. Because by law, they have to.
So if you allow the paper trail, then it'll be registered by
Yeah,
default.
so if you go to Shooter's World right now and you buy a pistol, shotgun, whatever it is, that serial number and that model number, all that shit, that sale, they have to keep track of just to cover their ass because they're an FFL dealer. So they report in with, the ATF and all that shit.
All the federal shit.
All the ABCs, boys. So your firearm that you buy from retailers, they are registered. But not if it's a private sale.
See, I've always, for lack of better words, kind of just assumed that's how it works. Because I'm like, yeah, in Arizona we don't register.
No.
Not obviously, but I just assume that if you buy something with a paper trail,
yeah, it's gonna be there.
That's gonna be your connection
Right.
to it. So, I'm glad that was accurate because that was a wild assumption.
And in other states, they do allow private sales. You just have to register it within like 30 days or whatever it is after the sale. Otherwise, it's an illegally sold firearm and it's a federal crime.
Yeah, that's crazy to me to think about because like I've been pulled over so many times like with my firearm and all they do is just take it and clear it for themselves and return it after the scene.
Yeah, they run it through their database and see if it's stolen. That's what they're looking for.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever.
Hardly ever, man. I don't think I've ever had a secondary question about my firearm.
Yeah.
Mostly,
You got to know who you're buying from if you do private sales. You got to be careful. But
that's a little true.
yeah.
I've put myself in some sketchy situations.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I still make people fill out paperwork when I sell my guns.
Yeah.
Just to have on my end. I get their name, address, all that shit. So if the Alphabet Boys ever come knocking, I'm like, no, I sold that shit a while ago. Here's the paperwork.
That's probably smart because that way you can't be fucking tagged in
Yeah,
something.
because they will trace it back to you. Because if you're the last known owner, they'll be like, all right, well, this gun is registered to him. Why did we find it on this fucking dead man? What's going on here?
Yep.
I ain't going down for that. Fuck that.
There's just one of the sales that I did, man. I was using one of the online pages that will go unmentioned, but some guy wanted to buy probably this is like one of my Glocks or something. So I took it down to him to his neighborhood, which wasn't bad, but I will say it was in Levine.
I've never been to Levine.
I'll tell you more about it probably off air.
I've been to South Phoenix.
Yeah, South Phoenix is different. But it was kind of it was like newer houses, but it was still a little bit more of a rundown situation.
Yeah.
So we go in, and I took my buddy with me. We go into this house, and all the lights are off and shit. It's fucking weird.
It's already sketchy.
Yeah, it's already fucking
I
feeling
hope you had
weird
another
and
gun on
shit.
you.
And like, I show him the gun, and this dude just starts counting out a bunch of cash, just small bills. Like, I'm like, great. So he gives me the money.
This is this guy's throwaway gun for when
Yeah.
he shoots the next crackhead that rolls through.
Literally, he's buying for a fucking reason. And so I get all the cash, and I open the front door so we can go to fucking Bolt. And as I'm opening the front door, there's a group of like 4 or 5 more dudes walking in. I'm like, oh fuck, man. Like, here we go. I'm about to get fucking jumped. And it was kind of funny. I will say, dude, the ghetto fell out of me so quick.
So what happened?
Nothing happened.
Oh, the cell went through without a hitch?
Everything was perfectly fine, but the ghetto fell out of me so quick, dude. I walked up to the group of dudes. I was all, "What's good with you, foe? What's going on, bro?" Just started saying hi to all of them and walking through the crowd. Got to my truck and we bounced.
Got the fuck out of there.
I was like, I looked at my buddy. I was like, "Why did I just go turn? Why did I just get ghetto? Why's it got to be that way?"
There's never a good place to like sell a firearm privately because you don't want people coming to your house and you don't want to be going over to other people's houses.
That would be a good reason why I wouldn't do that again.
It's hard. When I bought a rifle before, I bought a bolt action rifle from this dude, lived in like Queen Creek, and he didn't want me in his house, but I showed up to his house because he gave me the address.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I'll bring it out to you," and I was like, "All right." It's the middle of the day. He just fucking comes out with it slung over his shoulder, and that was like one of the first rifles that I bought was that Mauser, and I was like, "Damn, that's beautiful." He's like, "Here you go," and he's the one that taught me how to. If you go online and look up the AZ private firearm sales, it gives you a whole form. It's like 2 pages. Nothing crazy information. I would recommend every time you buy and sell, Just keep those on hand, like a stack of them. So fill them out there. It takes like 2 minutes, man. It just covers your ass.
Yeah. I probably should be more aware.
You don't have to do it, but
I should probably be more aware. But I've done parking lot deals before.
I've done parking lot deals before, too.
I've had dudes that, like, they park to where they can just open up both the back doors.
We did one together. You know that?
Oh,
Well, we bought that Sky.
I was going to say.
Long time ago.
The one for your mom, right?
I was still in the military, yeah.
Yeah.
That was like 2015 or 16.
It was a long time
It was
ago.
a while ago. Yeah, that's the one she had for a while.
Is that the one? I think you were with me, but I got into dude's car.
Yeah.
And he called and did like the whole background
check
on site.
I remember.
Yeah. That was the first time that's ever happened too.
You know what my guilty pleasure is in the firearms industry? I like hooker guns.
You have to elaborate.
You know those little Colt 25 ACP fucking pea shoot?
So the little tiny ones that come out of the purse.
Yeah, literally the hooker guns.
Got it.
Love those.
That's great.
Those are the best. I just love how stupid they are. I see them with pearl grips and shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck's going on?
What are you doing? Honestly. You can't hide it now.
So originally those were called vest guns
Mm-hmm.
because back in the fucking 20s and 30s, people would carry them in their vest pocket. They were so small that you could just tuck them in your vest. So if you're going to like a big party or something, and you wanted to be armed, but you were wearing like a vest, slacks, and a shirt, and you couldn't really hide a full size fucking 1911.
Right.
They're like, well, we're not going to give you a compact, something that you can tuck away real nice. We're going to give you this fucking finger gun that's like this big.
Yeah, it's like this fucking big. Yeah.
That you could swallow if you went to prison.
This could be keistered if you let it.
Yeah, I just think those are the most interesting little guns.
Speaking of which, I have I think it's kind of old now, but I have a shoulder holster.
You have a shoulder holster?
Yeah.
Oh, like a strap, right? Oh, you have a Miami Vice holster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just for, I think it's just one. Do you want it?
You don't want it?
It literally doesn't fit me. I don't know how old it is, man.
Shit, I'll take it. Is it leather?
No.
No, those are the classics.
Yeah. It's just all Velcro.
It's kind of weird that you have that out here in Arizona. It doesn't get that cold that often.
I always thought it'd be fucking cool to be that douche.
Yeah. Well, if you go to a wedding or something, it's perfect.
Go to a wedding.
Yeah. That's what they're mostly for suits.
For suits, yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I've gone to like the grocery store and I see fucking.
You watched a lot of Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, dude. Me and Mel were like this. No. I've gone to like grocery stores and being in this area, dude, I've seen like guys in wife beaters wearing the shoulder holsters and shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Some back pain shit.
Dude, that's what it looks like. I'm like, what are you doing?
I mean, I guess.
Turn your fucking hat back around and relax.
You need to fucking take a chill pill.
Yeah.
You're a little ridiculous right now.
You've been playing way too much Call of Duty and I don't appreciate it.
Yeah, those Miami Vice holsters, that's like, I can see that if you're like in Alaska and you're wearing coats all the time. That's what they're made for.
I was gonna say I never actually thought about the true functionality.
Yeah. They're for colder climates.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never would have thought.
Yeah. That's what they're made for.
I always just kind of assume like, well, it's either mob bosses or agents.
Yeah, and they look cool in the movies.
They do look cool.
They look really cool in the movies.
Yeah, they sold me.
Yeah, because you can wear a suit with it.
Yeah, they got my ass.
Try carrying a full size 1911 on your hip in a suit and see how far you get.
I don't. It seems more uncomfortable in my armpit.
It would seem a lot more uncomfortable in your armpit.
That's a lot of chafing.
It's a lot of chafing.
I don't know. That's also why
I wonder if that's why they stood like this all the time, where they had their fucking hands. Yeah. They look all big. Oh, he's got a cannon.
He's got a cannon
under his armpit right now.
Hold the phone. She's got a cannon. That's why I fucking the best option that I found. Maybe it's just for me. I don't know why, but I love my hip holster.
I have my Kydex hip holster. I use that thing for the summer.
Well, I mean, I have my fucking drop down.
That's my girlfriend strap.
And people.
That's my yoga. That's my yoga strap right there.
Why?
Because it's Velcro. That's a holster.
What?
Yeah. So if you're in the summer and you're wearing shit like this, you just strap that around, and just Velcro it.
Oh, is that what you pulled off?
That's what I pulled off.
Dude, honest to God, I'm such a fucking idiot. I really wholly thought you pulled off like a back brace.
It looks like a back brace when you have it on.
I was like, oh, you must have back problems. Didn't even think twice about it.
No, it basically is a back brace, but they put a fucking holster in it.
Yeah, that's legit.
So in the summertime, when it's hot as fuck and I don't want to wear jeans.
Yeah.
I'm wearing basketball shorts.
Yeah,
I don't want to put a belt on. So I'll throw that on.
Son of a bitch.
It cost me $25. And I can carry that cig in there too.
I like it.
I wouldn't fucking jog or anything with it, but
That's why I like my drop down when it's got the 2 leg straps.
okay.
And because I can do everything I do in it.
You're gonna have to show me a drop down. I've never seen one before in flesh.
You've seen it.
I have?
Yeah, it's like fucking like it's like a SWAT team holster.
Is it an open carry holster?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the one that comes all the way down. Yeah, I know.
Put your gun fucking right here. It takes my monkey arms and it's like perfect to my length, and I take it hunting. So if I have my rifle, then that's on my leg.
Yeah.
And I've dragged. I can, since we're so goddamn hilly out here, I have to climb hills. And
Yeah, so it's a lot better.
Slide down
right
hills
there.
and shit.
You don't want that shit on your hip when you're hiking. It's annoying.
It is super annoying, but now I know that if I need to, I can run with it.
It's good.
So that's my thing. It's like I can do everything.
Does it have a clip on to hold? Okay, so like a cop holster type of deal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
We used to have Black Hawk holsters that I didn't know that that's what they were called. We just called them Lego holsters.
I think that might be what brand it is.
Black Hawk.
Yeah.
They make good shit.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed it, and I get made fun of a lot for it, but I could give a fuck.
I mean, if you're open carrying out in the woods and shit like that, it's
What?
better to. Why are you concealing? It's better to have it in the open because if you're moving around a lot,
Yeah.
and especially right there, it's nice.
Well, in the woods, I don't give a fuck about it being open and everything like that. But sometimes I wear it in town.
Just out and about.
Yeah.
I've never open carried out in Arizona.
Well,
I've never seen people open carry out here. Before
It's-
they changed the law, I did.
It's what law?
I think it was like back in the early 2000s. You had to have a CCW here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's long gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's long gone.
It was like early 2000s. You had to do that.
I took my CCW and I never got my card.
But dude, everybody in Arizona, when I was a little kid when I first visited. I was like, why is everybody in Walmart got a 357 on their fucking hip? What's going on here?
Okay, calm down,
What's
cowboy.
happening?
Yeah.
I was like, are they all cops? Is everyone a cop in Arizona? What's going on?
Dude, I even went to I think it was like 2 years ago. I went to Texas for a hunt, and me and my buddy were just we stopped at a Walmart right next to our hotel,
Yeah.
and we were both open carrying, and like people were like shuffling their families away from us.
Really?
Yeah, I was
In
like,
Texas?
I was like, we're in Texas.
What part
right?
of Texas were you in?
That was fucking. It was close to a town called Gonzales. I feel like we were in Austin, like southern Austin.
Austin's blue.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Will that explain why we scared Walmart?
Austin's blue. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the big. Well, I mean, most big cities are, but that Austin is kind of blue.
It was strange because I was like, I feel like in Texas I should have been more comfortable.
You know what's funny? We have less strict gun laws than Texas does.
I know. I learned it that weekend.
Everybody's like, "Oh, you Americans in Texas and their guns." It's like, no, bitch, you've never been to Arizona before.
I was gonna say, it's funny too because when people find out, like I listen to podcasts, people find out when they come to Arizona,
Yeah.
they're like, Arizona is literally like the fucking Wild West.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking dangerous. The animals suck. It's hot. There's guns everywhere. It's fucked up out there.
And it's crazy because you don't see the guns anymore.
No,
Because-
people are hiding them
Yeah,
now.
people hiding now.
Ugh.
So they're like, "What do you mean you're the most armed state?" It's like, "Bitch, we are the most armed state."
When I tell people you literally don't have to say a fucking thing about putting a gun in your pocket, they're like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Anytime.
Anytime.
Put a gun in your pocket. All you have to do is just make sure you tell a cop."
We have it pulls you over. My buddy got pulled over by a cop once, and an old work coworker here in Arizona, and he was coming home from the gym, and the cop comes up and he's like, "Oh, he had his gun in his gym bag." So the cop comes up. Yeah, you were near Austin.
Austin.
It's blue.
Austin, San Antonio.
And San Antonio, they're both kind of blue. Yeah, those big cities are blue.
Didn't know.
But my buddy gets pulled over here in Arizona.
Mhm.
He's got his gun in his gym bag because he just got back from the gym. Cop pulls him over and he's like, "Officer, I have a firearm." And he's like, "Me too."
The cop, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Where's
Yeah.
yours?" He's like, "As I don't see it on you." And he's like, "It's in my gym bag." He's like, "Well, it ain't gonna do you no good in there."
I've had cops talk shit to me too.
Yeah.
When I was on my crotch rocket, I got pulled over along like my first gun, dude. And the cop, he goes, "Just keep your hands on the handlebars. I'm gonna pull it off your hip, so we can continue on." And he takes off and he goes, "There's not even one in the chamber. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah, they talk shit to you.
I was like, okay. Fucking asshole.
They'll fucking talk shit to you.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, what are you doing?
You're not gonna do anything with this. Or the favorite thing that they say is they say, okay, well, we always say if you don't touch yours, I won't touch mine.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he's like, do you want to see it? Because he asked the officer. He's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, just stop speeding. And he let him go.
Things like this make it so hard to want to move out of state.
I know.
Dude.
It's like, the heat sucks, but that right there, that's just fucking hilarious.
I mean, we are probably, at this point in time, one of the most free states to live.
The only thing they don't fuck around here with is DUIs.
I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm all caught up to speed on that one.
You want to hear a fun DUI story?
What? Yeah.
My buddy, well, I won't say his name because his name's not Sunshine, but we call him Sunshine.
Okay.
It's an old coworker.
Sunshine.
Yeah, blonde hair, long blonde hair. He was a Mormon. He's from Utah. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Aryan race.
A DUI story
with the Mormon.
and Mormon in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Buckle up, kids.
So this kid, he's about 25, 23, or 24, 25 at the time. Gets a DUI, an extreme felony DUI, by the way. Goes to jail for about 10 days. Gets out. He's got $15,000 fine.
Oh, God.
He's got to put an interlock in his truck. Right? Drives a 7.3. So he puts an interlock in that bitch. After parole, or not after parole, after probation.
Did you say he drives a 7.3?
Yeah.
You talking about a Ford?
Yeah.
Oh, I just didn't realize that you were. I don't know. Just
Drove a
surprised.
piece of shit 7.3.
I know, but it just surprised me. You threw out the engine first.
Well, that's what he would always fucking say. He'd be like, "Got my old 7.3 ready to go," and it would stall all the time.
Yeah,
it was a piece of shit.
Those things were turds back in the day. Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's like the old reliable. He would break down all the time.
Old reliable.
Yeah, he'd call it and be like, "My truck broke down," or cold start. It didn't fucking work.
But
So, anyways, he gets his felony DUI in his fucking 7.3. Puts an interlock in it. A month before he's supposed to get his license reinstated, he decides to take his dad's truck for a drive.
no.
Oh,
His
yes.
His dad's truck doesn't have an interlock.
It doesn't have an interlock. He's sober. He happens to rear end somebody on the off ramp of the 17.
God.
And he gets out and he's like, "Don't call the cops. Just I'll pay for all of it. You know, just I'll pay. I don't give a shit. I'll give you my number. I'll give you everything. I'll pay for it. Don't call the cops." He's like, "I have to." He's like, "No, you don't have to." He's like,
We don't have to do this.
He's like, "I do have to." And he fucking pulls out his wallet. It's an off-duty cop that he hit.
Oh. Oh, way to bury yourself.
So now, a month before he was supposed to get his license back
Yep.
and an interlock out of his truck, bam, second, and it wasn't a DUI, but it was a I think it still counted technically as one.
Well, it's an infraction while you
Yeah.
have a DUI.
Yeah.
And that's fucking bad.
So he went back to jail for 15 days, and he's still waiting on his license. I think he gets it next year.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. He
Well-
got he spent like $25,000 in fines and in lawyer fees on those 2 DUIs. They do not fuck around in Arizona.
Nope, they sure don't.
No, they don't.
I was gonna say that the night that I got mine, I had my Glock in the truck with me, just sitting in the cup holder.
He had his 357 with him. He gave it to his buddy. He's like, "Hide this shit." It's
You don't have to hide it.
Well, he wasn't supposed to. He had a felony DUI.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a little different.
So he's like, "Here, just take this." And his buddy put it in his bag, like tucked it in, and fucking went on his merry way.
I got mine at like 3 in the morning, just going home. I flashed my light bar. And a cop-
On accident?
No, some guy like cut me off, pulled in front of me.
He said, "Fuck you."
So I fucking blasted him with the light bar, and I got pulled over in the parking lot that was right behind my apartment complex.
Oh, that sucked. It always happens so close to home.
Yeah, I was so close, dude. And I even asked the cop. I was like, "Hey, man, can I just walk home?"
I'm right there.
Like, please, I'm sorry. I know I flashed the dude. He's like, "I can't. Your truck will probably get stolen if I leave it here anyway." And I'm like, "All right, let's just do this."
Fuck.
I had
They give you the whole breathalyzer, everything.
At the station they did. He did his field sobriety, and he wanted to. I didn't want to. I just told him, I was like, man, I'm not gonna pass. I don't want to do this. And he was like, can you just try? Fine. Let's embarrass me. So, I had a cooler full of beer in the very back.
They weren't open though.
No. And my gun in the center console with like 3 magazines. I think because of the area, I was actually living at 27th and Indian School.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You got pulled over in the worst area.
I think because of the area, he was kind of hoping to have a bigger fish. You know what I mean? He was probably hoping to get a much bigger case than he did. And I think he realized that like halfway through the stop, he's like, fine, come on, let's just go. It all turned into a very general, like, I don't give a fuck, let's just go to the station.
Jesus Christ. I've still yet to be pulled over.
When he let my buddy come pick me up, it was like 4 a.m. at that time. He let my buddy come pick me up, and he gave my buddy my gun in a bag and all the ammo in a bag.
So you didn't get slapped with a DUI or anything?
I got DUI.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That was just 2018, so.
Was it a felony DUI or was... No, okay, that's good. At least it wasn't a fucking felony DUI.
I think it was only like, what do you say, my lowest one was like .12.
.1? That's not that bad.
Which fucking amazingly...
That's not that bad.
No, it wasn't. But I was on the way home from the bar with my food. So it blows my mind that it was that low. But I did learn, having my breathalyzer, how my body processes alcohol.
Yeah.
Relatively fast.
Pretty fast.
That's
you got that strong fucking liver.
It's because of my size, you know. I learned that if I have 1 beer 1 hour, then it really doesn't do anything. So we're in good shape.
I knew somebody that got to a .6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
In the military.
They said like .27 you should be legally in a coma.
He should have been dead.
Yeah.
He was 19.
Oh. .6. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes me spin just thinking about it.
It was in the schoolhouse when I was in the military. His name was Hales. We were not allowed to have alcohol in the schoolhouse. Right? While we were doing our training.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
The next day after he got caught, because he was being belligerent, and just obviously when you have a 0.6, 60% fucking blood alcohol level, you're going to be pretty belligerent if you're still conscious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which he was.
Was he like somewhat coherent?
No.
Absolutely not.
He was a salamander brain with human legs. At that point.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was running around, couldn't understand him. Spoke like 18 different languages in one sentence.
Hell yeah,
it was
dude.
Weird. Anyways, he don't remember what happened. He had to spend the night in the hospital. They actually monitored him because they were scared.
Yeah.
Because he had a .6.
Yeah, the withdrawal from that's going to be fucking rude.
They put him on an IV and they were like, "Shut the fuck up! Like you need to go to bed.
Go to sleep for a while."
So he got 6105. He got paperwork, and the next day, like our base commander was like, "Who is the motherfucker that last night had a .6 blood alcohol level?" And you just see a hand raise in the crowd. There's like 300 of us. He just...
Wait, what time was he fucking conscious?
This was like at 10 o'clock at night. He got caught.
Yeah.
And then the next day, in formation, morning formation, about 6. So from 10 to 6, he had to recover and then go into formation.
Holy shit!
So he got paperwork in front of all of us. But our company commander, he's like, "Who's the motherfucker? Who's the motherfucker that had a .6 or 60 or 6 blood alcohol level?" And he raises his hand, right? And he's like, "Me, sir." And he's like, "What the fuck is your name?" And he's like, "Private Hales, sir." And he's like, "Come here." And so he's like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
He's about to get chewed out in front of the whole
over,
company.
Yeah.
The company commander goes like this. "Give me your hand." And he's like, "What?" "Give me your hand." No. Seriously. He goes, "Give me your other one." He goes, "Give me your hand." And he's like, "What?" He's like, never met somebody that survived that. He just shakes his hand. He's like, "Congratulations." And he goes, "Go get back in formation."
I was like, can you imagine this fucking hangover?
Yeah. He's like, "I don't even know how you're still standing right now."
Right. Oh god, even for me that would have taken a day and a half.
But he told him, he's like, "You're getting paperwork, but congratulations. That was pretty impressive.
Fucking great."
Don't do it again.
Yeah, you're going home, but Jesus Christ.
And if you do it, you better get a .7 next time.
Oh my
break your record.
God.
We had another time when we were in formation where we had strict rules when we were in Japan too. not as strict as schoolhouse, but if you were an E4 and below, or if you were E3 and below, you couldn't have a bottle of liquor in your fridge inside your barracks room.
Mm-hmm.
You could have beer, but no liquor. So when we did field day one weekend, our company our gunnery sergeant came in. He's old. His name is Gunnery Sergeant Carmichael. I'll never forget that guy. He has us all out in formation. They did the inspection. He comes out and he's like, with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he goes, and he's from the South. He goes, y'all know I hate to do this shit. And he looks at us. He's like, we told you specifically either hide the shit or don't have it in your room. We can't bust into your locks. That's your private stuff. Why on field day did I find a bottle of Jack in an E3 and below's room when they know they weren't supposed to have it? Just hide the shit. Rule number 1 in the Marine Corps: don't get caught. And he goes, you know I hate to do this. So he unscrews the cap. He's like, back where I'm from, we call this alcohol abuse. And he dumps it on the fucking, he dumps it, the whole bottle on the fucking pavement. He's like, don't let me catch you.
That's fucking terrible. Alcohol abuse.
Yeah, that's what he called it.
For sure.
It's like, back where I'm from, this is alcohol abuse.
Yep. Good God.
Oh.
I feel like I wish that some part of me would have did some kind of military.
Oh man, I think you would have loved it.
I feel like I would have.
Especially if you went overseas, I think you would have loved it a lot.
Yeah.
Because it kicks you out of your element.
I'm trying to think. At the time that I would have joined, straight out of high school, would have been probably still in the fresh midst of all the 9/11 shit.
So early 2000s?
It would have been, 2005, 6.
Infantry.
Yeah, I would have got straight to fucking front.
Yeah.
And that was not something I wanted to do. But I also, dude, I was so, like, ill-informed growing up.
But hey, they were still shooting on sight back then. You could have killed a lot of motherfuckers.
Fuck yeah, they were. They were like, it's a guy with a towel on his head and he's got a fork. I'm shooting him.
Yeah, the rules of engagement back then were pretty wild.
They were fucking different.
Have you ever seen Generation Kill?
Uh-uh.
It was an HBO original back in the day. And it's a true story about the invasion of Afghanistan, and told through the eyes of a CNN reporter.
Ooh.
This is back in 2002. But great show. If you ever want to get an understanding on how they operate, the ground level troops,
mm-hmm.
you need to watch Generation Kill. It's like an 8-part special series.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find it.
Yeah, it's fucking funny. It's funny too.
Well, I was so like, I learned that my one of my uncles was Air Force. I don't know if he was a jet mechanic or a tank mechanic. I don't remember. But I thought that was going to be like one of my options.
Being a mechanic?
Just trying to go to the Air Force.
Oh, dude, you got to have like a master's degree.
I'm aware now. Nobody told my retarded ass.
Yeah,
so.
I was fucking stupid too. I got a 68 on the ASVAB.
I'm pretty sure if I would have taken the ASVAB, they would have been like, you're retarded. Get out of here. Not only that, but straight out of high school, I was like fat.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was never. Yeah, I never worked out like growing up, anything like that. All that shit started way later on.
They wanted my ass. They're like, you're 145, 5'9". Get the fuck in there. Let's go.
You're moldable. Get the fuck in there.
Yeah.
So.
And I didn't gain any. I came out the same weight after training.
I was gonna say I don't think you're much different size now.
Well, now I'm 160, but when I came out of training in the military, I was 145 when I went in, 145 when I got out of basic.
You're only 160 right now?
I'm only 160.
Jesus Christ, man.
I'm trying to get down to 155 and keep it there.
What would it be like to weigh 160 pounds? I have 100 pounds on you.
Just to tone out.
Fuck. I'm like, I know what it's like to feel like 210, and I feel light as fuck. I can jump around, I'm all bubbly and shit.
I've been getting back into the gym just to kind of keep my stamina going, and I do cardio. I think that's my main thing.
It's crazy how apparent keeping your cardio up is, like, as you get older. Because
I like to fuck, so like
if you. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I was thinking it. I was like,
that's one of the main reasons I keep my cardio in check.
Yeah, no, because as I
ran a 27.3.5 mile the other day.
Really?
Yeah, on the treadmill.
3.5 miles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, dude.
I tried to do the old school, like when I was doing PFTs in the military, because it's a 3.5 mile run in under, I think, 29 minutes, I think, and then it's 100 sit-ups, and then it is like 100 ammo can lifts. So if you take a kettlebell that's like 25 pounds and do 100 of those, just up in the air, that's what that is.
People, for all the listeners, you think that sounds easy as fuck? Well, I encourage you to try it and feel that fucking burn that you're gonna have.
And we're talking sit-ups where you're going, like someone's sitting on your feet.
Yeah. You don't get there's no movement.
Someone's sitting on your feet, and you have to go all the way up to where your cross arms touch your knees, and your knees are straight up.
Yep.
And your feet are planted on the ground, like the whole foot.
See people do sit-ups and they use their legs and shit.
Yeah, there's no like this shit.
You don't get the rocking option.
No rocking.
For sure.
You have to go all the way up and all the way down, and then the ammo can lifts is just take a 25-pound kettlebell and try and lift that over your head at least 100 times in a row.
If you do it 100 times, your triceps and your biceps are gonna be burning.
Yeah,
promise.
It sucks after like 50.
It sucks after.
It really does.
Dude, I was when I was working for one of the tow companies, this Marine that just came out of active duty, he wanted somebody to work out with him. So like an idiot, I fucking volunteered. And I went with him, dude. I went with him to the gym, and I was like, I don't really want to do the shit that you're doing at the gym. I'm not really into it. He's like, okay, well, we're going to go do some of the stuff they put us through, like Hell Week. I was like, I don't.
That sounds fun.
I was like, okay. I don't want to do this. He's like, we'll start at the very easiest shit. And he's like, we go to this parking lot one night. He's like, okay, we're going to do 100 sprints. We're going to do 100 push-ups and 100 squats. And there was like one other thing, and I can't remember. But I fucking got my ass handed to me. And that was like literally the last time. I was like, I'm never doing that again, dude.
Oh, shit.
I was like, I don't want... It was funny because we did like 30 push-ups and then went to go do the sprints down the parking lot.
Yeah.
And we started doing the sprints. You know, you fucking jolt, jog. You know, you know how it is. And then he fucking starts throwing up his dinner. And I'm going to get specific because I remember specifically, but he was throwing up penne noodles.
Oh.
And this fucking crayon-eating motherfucker, dude, picks up a couple of the solid noodles and starts eating them while we're running. This is all while we're running.
I have a story like that, too.
I was like, Austin, yo. And he just keeps doing it. Keeps sprinting, and he fucking just... And I'm just like, what is happening?
When I was in basic, we had this one kid that puked on a run. Same deal. Like, we're running. It's early in the fucking morning. Our bodies aren't used to it at this point. Right. It's like the fucking first 3 weeks in. We go on our morning run. He throws up. Everybody, the drill instructor's like, fucking platoon halt. And we all stop. And he goes over to the puke, and he looks at it, and he's like, puts his finger in it and like does this. And he's like, who the fuck told you to have peanut butter at chow last night?
Oh. What do you mean?
He ate this recruit's throw up, and he bitched him out for eating peanut butter at the chow. He's like, you need to drop and give me fucking 75 right now.
You know what? I'm not even upset.
When I saw that, I was like, I'm not going to survive this. I'm going to die.
This is the end of this. He just tested my puke on the spot.
It wasn't my puke. It was some other kid's puke. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's so legit.
And then he punished him for it.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, God. Well,
I have one thing before, because I know you probably got to wrap this up in a second.
Yeah, we're going to close it up, but what do you got?
Hold on 1 second. So I have been, here we go, let me see. Well, you know what, we'll do it next time. Oh wait, never mind, we're good. I haven't recognized, or I haven't, retained, like I used to know these by heart, but I haven't retained them in a while since I've been out so much, and I kind of want to do something a little new. I have 13 of these, but I was thinking of doing one at the end of each episode that I'm on. So, the Marine Corps rules to a gunfight. There's 13 of them. And the first one is be courteous to everyone and friendly to no one. And so I like to take these rules and see how they apply to real life.
This is a brilliant idea.
So that first rule is be courteous to everyone and friendly to no one. So when you're meeting somebody new, give them give them that vibe of, give them that respect initially, as long as they show it back.
Right.
But also be aware that not everyone you meet is going to be a good person. It's one of those things. You just have to keep an eye out for it. It's that yin and yang in your mind that you have to, especially when you're meeting new people. And I got 12 more of those, and I would love to do one at least every episode.
That's fucking. I love that. That is cool as fuck. Take those laws and see how you can apply them outside.
And these are rules. These are basic military rules, Marine Corps rules, specifically to a gunfight.
I love that because that's definitely one of the things I try to live by, regardless of how difficult it is in any situation. Is I give everybody at least a little bit of respect before I have a real reason not to.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
You got to give the benefit of the doubt, but don't let them walk all over you.
I was gonna say, but as soon as that fucking door starts closing, you need to be active about it and recognize. So, no, that's fucking great. You got 13 of those. Total.
I got 13. I'll tell you the rest after we cut this.
Fucking save that for the episodes because that's exciting.
I'll save them for him. Yeah, I got 13 of them, and I forgot that I had these memorized. I still have some of them memorized, but I was just like, man, what was the shit that I remember we had to say like all the goddamn time because they were called ditties and learn the fucking ditties, and they taught us all this shit. They're like, these are the things you need to recognize.
Yeah. Well, now I'm excited to hear the rest of them.
Yeah, I'll tell you the rest of them after we cut. I gotta fucking pee so bad.
Shit. Yeah, it's been a good episode, man.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we got to talk more about your passion and
DUIs
shit.
and guns, man. It's been a great episode.
DUIs and guns.
Yeah.
True Arizonans.
Yeah. That's what you should title it, Guns and DUIs. That's the next episode.
That's where it's going, man. Episode 53.
That's some cocaine cowboy shit.
Fuck. But thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, there's more exciting stuff to come. And thank you for everybody listening. And I say it a million times over, I'm getting tired of hearing my own voice. Like, follow, subscribe for all your questions, comments, concerns. You can now put it on Spotify or email us. And we love you.
Have a blessed day.
Blessed day. Oh, shit.
It is the Lord's Day.
I'm behind. There we
Uh-oh.
go. Goodbye.
Bye.